UFC 305's main event, Dricus Du Plessis vs Israel Adesanya, is official. With many verbal jabs at each other during the press conference, the two concluded with an intense stare down.
Hey, yo, people, that was a stare down. And I really want to commend Poatan and Yuri for their stare down last week in that fucking cage, right? And obviously, it looks like he's taking a life of his own. We might start seeing way more of this in the UFC between them fighters when it comes to this long, intense, bloody stare down. But yeah, I'm going to come to you first. What did you make of the whole press conference, the initial press conference, the back and forth between Dricus and Izzy? This is the first time that we're really going to see both of them really sit down in a controlled environment and, you know, and exchange words and stuff like that. What have you made of the whole thing and then that stare down afterwards?
The champ is ready. He's ready for this fight. You might not like it, Ola, but he is ready. Calm and composed as always. There was the one jibe that Izzy tried where he's like, I'm not trying to disparage anyone or say anything negative. And Izzy's like, I didn't say he wasn't born in Africa, but I'm going to show him where he's from. And Dricus is like, whatever that means, because yeah, whatever that means. Like, what's it? Hello. So seeing all of that, seeing the stare down, seeing the intensity from Dricus, seeing him turn back to Izzy, seeing the calmness on his face. Izzy's very intense. The last time I saw Izzy this intense was after his first loss to Poatan. Hmm? No, yes, after his first loss to Poatan. This was then before he fought Strickland. So if I look at the intensity that he has, I hope he doesn't get distracted by the intensity of wanting to win back the title, and I hope he sticks to being the fun, entertaining Izzy that won all those championships back in the day. So I'm very excited about it. That stare down was amazing. It was really intense, and it just got more and more intense the longer you watched it, and then just kept going on and on. It's like, oh, okay, is it gonna end? So I think it's setting the right tone. The intensity is there, the passion is there from both fighters. I feel right now that the champ is in the right mind frame already. Let's see what happens later. Let's see if Izzy can get back to being Izzy. Like I said previously, I want him to get back to being that entertaining Izzy, the one who isn't really thinking about the person across from him, but is there to entertain us, to be the style bender. That's the Izzy I want to see. I haven't seen him yet, but let's hope that he does emerge during all of this.
Naz, yeah, that is nail on the fucking head right there. Summed it up beautiful.
100%. Let me come to McDin. McDin, I mean, look, Izzy said in that press conference, fuck the belt. Like, I'm not even coming for the belt. Whatever comes with what I do, the belt will come with it. I'm not here for the belt. This is more about, you know, about proving something to himself, proving something to the fans, proving something to. This is not about the belt for him. This is about probably because look, the way he left and took a break was after Strickland's loss. And regardless of how Easy is a very, very proud man, right? For people that haven't gathered that. And that shit, throughout the whole time that he's taken out, regardless of what he tries to put out there, that shit must be eating him up. And going after
very
Dricus
proud Chinaman.
And going after Dricus in this fashion. For me, I don't know what you think, but do you think he goes out there, finishes Dricus? Do you think he takes it this time? Do you think he has new wrinkles to bring into the game, or is it more of the same from Izzy, like the old Izzy that you used to see?
It's probably going to be more of the same than we used to see. To be honest, like what more could he add to his game? Yeah, I mean, you might see a bit more of an open, flowy kind of Izzy, where he's not defending a belt anymore. I mean, he's going even he's sitting and saying it's not about the belt. Of course, it's about the fucking belt. Of course, he wants that thing back. I mean, like that's just a mental game that he's playing there to say, yeah, it's not about the belt. I'm just going in and fighting my fight. So yeah, we might see the old style Bender back, where he's a bit more fluid with his movements. He's a bit more free with it. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be much more that he can add to his game, because he was already pretty like well-rounded anyway when it comes to the striking, counter-striking aspects. I mean, like I can't see him taking it to the ground with him. He's going to try and stay on the feet. He's going to have heavy pressure coming from DDP, who's always pushing forward like an absolute dog. And it's just about how is he going to manage that and mitigate it, especially when we see what happened to him against Strickland's forward pressure.
Yeah,
and DDP is a very similar style in that sense. I mean, so it's a similar fight to the Strickland fight, just with a different dog.
You're 100% right. That is bullshit. That it's not about the belt. It's most definitely about the belt.
It's always about the fucking belt.
But
do you know what was annoying though? Like, sorry, I've only watched half of this morning. DDP was very fucking like honorable about it. It was like the two first African-born fighters like coming together and going into this clash, making history, and then he comes out with that bullshit. And it's just like, why are you trying to spin this fucking narrative again? Like, I know you're trying to sell the fight, but at the same time, it's dead in the water. Like, we don't need that fucking murky shit for you to go and sell this fight. Like, people are excited to see this fight.
So the weird thing is, though, on that, McDane, the weird thing is, though, why is he trying to sell the fight on that angle? He's not getting any pay-per-view points. Why are you trying to sell the fight on that angle?
I won't be so sure that he's not getting any pay-per-view points. I won't be so sure, because you will be surprised what these motherfuckers, when they got leverage, negotiate with the UFC. I won't be so sure.
The leverage was that he got the title shot, not get the title shot and pay-per-view points.
This is what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying I won't be so sure. He might not get no pay-per-view points, but I'm just saying I won't be so sure.
100% not getting any pay-per-view points.
But what I do know is the thing bringing this angle up to sell the fight is bizarre to me, especially when really and truly he was kind of the one at fault in the first place. Like, it went DDP was just stating facts. We spoke to DDP about this when he came on the channel. We spoke to him about this, and the way that I saw it, and I still maintain that till today, he was just stating facts. I live in Africa, I reside in Africa, I train in Africa, my gym is in Africa, my training partners, my sparring partners are in Africa. I wake up and I breathe African fucking air. These are all facts. These ain't saying nothing about Francis. Nobody said Francis ain't never lived in Africa before. We know the story of Francis and how he tried to cross them desert so many fucking times. We know the story of Francis. We know how hard he had it. We respect Francis for that. We respect Francis' life story. I don't think DDP was trying to discredit Francis in any way, or the Three Kings, as Izzy said. And I fuck with Izzy. All of you know I fuck with Izzy heavy. But on this particular fucking topic, I'm not with it. And I'm not going to just turn around and be with it. And that's why it was so weird to me a couple of weeks ago when Izzy released that fucking tape with Hitler doing the fucking dance fucking moves and shit to rap niggas on fucking Nipsey Hussle fucking tune. It's fucking wild. It's insane. You know what I mean? Fucking Hitler dancing to fucking rap niggas.
You gotta be honest, that shit is crazy. Funny as fuck.
It's funny, but like, again, I know you're trying to sell a fight, but why take it to that angle? I thought this shit was squashed. Both of them apologized to each other and shit. You know what I mean? Like Izzy was actually the first person to go back and apologize. And I think at
But
this point,
this is Izzy's head game, sir. This is Izzy's head game. Like I'm all credit to it for like. If I was him, I would just double down on it and just say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna send it," because all it does is favor him. I'm all for it.
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's just saying, "Fuck it." You know what? I've apologized to him, right? So anything that we do from here is just trying to sell the fight. That's how I'm looking at it now. Yeah, you don't need to take it this far to sell a fight. Everybody wants to see this fight anyway. The only thing that people ain't happy about is where the fucking fight's happening, which is in Dingoland. You know what I mean? Nobody fucking likes that. We want it to be in fucking Africa. But they go over there with Skippy Land.
The Australian Dana White getting in between them was awkward as fuck, too.
Dude, it's like I pick a better person who's less prepared for if shit pops off. That bloke looked like he had no fucking idea.
Mate, that bloke was unprepared to even fucking announce any of that. He was like reading it off paper.
It's like Israel Adesanya. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't think
they're going to be having the biggest fight for a championship belt, and it's taking. It was. I
would love to see. I would love him to have like a heart rate monitor on and to see what that was doing, because
it would have been like no fucking headline, mate.
Yeah,
he had no clue. But Leroy, let me get your view on this thing here. Having seen how good Whittaker performed the other day, whether it's Aliskerov, whether it's Makachev, whoever had been in there with him, I still expected, maybe not in such quick fashion, but I still expected Whittaker's arms to be raised in terms of, you know,
I don't care who was setting up that day. Whittaker was getting his head.
Whittaker was winning. I didn't have any doubt. But in this situation now, when you look at the potential opponents that could be out there, and we talked about this before, but now this is after seeing what Whittaker's done. Do you think Whittaker should be getting a chance, at least a redemption chance? Say DDP wins. Do you think Whittaker should be getting another chance, another taste at?
Let me say this: the fact that Izzy is fighting for the title right now is another one of these circumstances where this is what the brass wants, and it doesn't necessarily make sense, right? Regardless of what the fans want, which I always side with what the fans want was what we should get. But this is something that the brass wants. So if the brass wants this fight, this is another one of those fights that creates this really murky water where now we don't know who's actually next in line. Now we don't know what is the appropriate steps to take in terms of if fighter A wants to get to here, or what happens if this happens. And everything, the whole division now, the top 5, top 10 is now just thrown in the air and like, let's just see how it falls. Because what if we have like a super close fight? Or what if we have a first round stoppage that is a no contest? Do they run a rematch? Do we move on? Where is it? Is it now in the US? Now do they do Africa? Because they need to get to Africa, because PFL's moving on Africa real quick. They're looking to smash their first big event there. I mean, where do you go from here? So in terms of what relates to Whittaker, I honestly think that I still, and everyone's giving me shit about this from what I'm reading, either directly at me or indirectly from what I said, what people have said. I think Strickland needs to fight Whittaker and really solidify that position for either of them on like, no, you can't deny me the next shot, regardless of the outcome of this fight or whatever the outcome of this fight is. We fight. Now we know exactly who's next in line, and we can start building towards that and create some stability in the division again.
Yeah, 100%, man. There's so much. Look, 185 is looking tasty again, man. I'm not gonna lie. 185 is looking pretty tasty, man. And
285, 185. Every division right now, except for heavyweight, is looking real tasty.
It's looking tasty, and I'm gonna stick with you, Leroy, because this is more of a home situation to you, especially when it comes to, you know, the Aussies and the Kiwis. Now we've got Steve Herzog versus Kai Kara France. and I'm sure you like both of them.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.